Hi guys, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Unifred, and if you're new here, I create crochet content related tutorials. So today we'll be learning how to make this maxi dress with tassels at the end of the dress. It has a little split at the side and it has a crisscross back side, and then you tie the dress on your neck. So I use this to hold the bag because this is for a size large, but in the video I give instructions on how to make it for all sizes, whether small, medium or large. I use measurements for this tutorial, so you should be able to make it for your size if you're interested. So that's the back side as well, and then you saw the split earlier. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for clicking once again. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. So for today's video, we'll be using this yarn. You can use any acrylic yarn of your choice. This is acrylic. It doesn't have much description about the hook recommended hook size, but I'll be using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. You also be needing a tape measure, darning needle, some stitch markers, and a scissors. And for the measurements, you'll be needing your bust size and your hips and waist. So to start, we're going to start with the bra cup, or the up. We're working from top to down, and this method is the same. My starting method is the same for all sizes. I will show you how to get your size when we get to the end here. So I'm going to start, and so you grab your yarn. We'll be making this in two before we join and make the dress. So you grab your yarn. I forgot to mention, or if I didn't mention, this is 200 grams. I don't know how many I'll need yet. So to start, make a slip knot and chain 5. That's 1, 6. So into the 4th chain, go in there with a double crochet. So you're chaining 6, going to the 4th chain with a double crochet. Into the next one, going there with a double crochet, and the last one going there with a double crochet. So when you get this, chain up 3, turn your work, and we're going to increase immediately. So into this very first stitch, I'm going to go in there with a double crochet, then double crochet in the next stitch, no increase in this next stitch, and then you're left to the last stitch. In the last stitch, I'll chain 3 counts as a double crochet, by the way. So you're going to go in there with 2 double crochets. So you see at the beginning we were in there with 1 double crochet because the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So for the next row, chain up 3, turn your work into the first stitch, you go in there with a double crochet, meaning you've increased. You have 2 double crochets, and now you do not increase till you get to the end. So you're only increasing at the edges. So now we have our last stitch, and we're going to go in there with 2 double crochets. So go ahead and get to I'm going to explain to you. So for a size small, you're going to repeat till you get to 21 rows. For size medium, 23 rows. For size large, 25 rows, and extra large, 27. So you're adding 2 from the size small. And when you have 21 rows, come back and I'll show you what to do. And if you are, I'm working for a size large, so I'll be coming back with 20 rows. Sorry, let me start again. So we are making a total of 21 rows for size small, 23 for size medium, and 25 for size large, and 27 for extra large. But I did some little calculation over here. You see where there's an extra long thread here. That's where you have to like now subtract. You have to subtract. So if you are doing 21 and your size small, subtract 16 to get 5 rows. If you are doing a size medium, subtract 18 from 23. If you are doing large, subtract 20 from 25. In the end, make sure you have 5 stitches left for us to do this edge, this side. And this side is equal to 2 inches. Almost 2 inches. That's 2 inches. So yeah, so I'll come back when I have 20 rows to show you how to do this side. And if you're a size medium, come back when you have 18 rows. If you're a size small, come back when you have 16 rows. And size large, come back if you have 22 rows. Yeah. So sorry if I confused you there, but I hope you get the explanation from the measurement I showed you. So I'm going to repeat this one last time. So you chain up 3, turn into the very first stitch, you go in there with a double crochet. Now you make double crochets in each stitch till you get to the end. Now I'm at the end, so I'm going to go in there with 2 double crochets. So go ahead and repeat this till you get to your number of rows, the number of rows I showed you. So since I'm doing a size large, I'll come back when I have 20 rows, and in the end I should have, okay, I'll come back when I have 20 rows, still explain to you. So do your number of rows per the measurements I showed you. So I'm back and I have 20 rows. Remember, I'm working for a size large, so I'm going to give you the measurement. This is almost 8 inches. So assuming you are doing, this is 20, right? Assuming you are doing for a size small, you're supposed to have 16. Um, so this is 16. That you'll be having 6 inches. Size medium, you're supposed to do 18. So you'll be having close to 7 inches, almost 7 inches. So that's the measurements they're about. So for now, because we don't want a low cut at the back, we have to start making adjustments for the back, and then we'll crisscross the back. So we are going to be making some sort of measurements, but then for a size large, I'm going to chain up 30. So we'll chain up 30, then I explain. So I have 30 chains for the size large, and then for size small, you can chain, for size medium, chain 25. For size small, you can chain 20. Large 30, extra large 35. So the reason why I'm doing this is you should have your bust measurement, right? Divide it by 2 and subtract 2. Your bust measurement divided by 2, then you subtract 2. So I'm working with bust measurement 39.5, but I'm ignoring the 5 because you are going to first cross at the back and this is stretchy. I've ignored the 0.5. So 39 divided by 2 will give me about 17. Sorry, it will give me, I'm checking. I don't know where I wrote my measurements. Okay, it will give me 19.5, and then I'll subtract 2, which will give me 17. So the goal is to make a chain or adjust so that when you stretch, it stretches to the measurement I just said, which is your bust side divided by 2 minus 2. So my bust size, the bust size I'm working with divided by 2 is 19.5, and minus 2 is 17.5. So this should be able to stretch to 17.5, and the yarn is very stretchy. That's why I'm leaving this much space so that it doesn't cover the back because we are crisscrossing at the back. So you should be fine with the chain numbers I told you for a size small 20, medium 25, large 30, and extra large 35. You should be fine with those measurements as well. So the next thing is you add 2, 30 plus 2, 1, 2. So into the third chain from the hook, you will make a double crochet, and then you double crochet all the way to get to the bra cup. So make a double crochet till you get here, and I'll show you how to join. But it's easy. It's just joining and just double crochet into the end. And we are still increasing at this edge. We are not stopping our increase. So bear in mind. So I am at the end. When you get to the end, just go ahead and go into this double crochet stitch or this stitch with a double crochet. That's all. So the only difference is we stopped increasing for one edge. That's all. But we still increase on the other edge. So go ahead and double crochet to the end, and I'll show you what to do. But it's basically the same thing. If you want a low cut or a low back cut, ignore this and be increasing till you get to the measurements I gave you initially. So I'm at the end of this edge, and I'm going to go in there with 2 double crochets like I usually do. So that's why I made just a short chain, because the increase will increase the length of this. You see what I mean? I'll show you the measurements again after everything. So over here too, forgot to show you. When you chain 3 and you turn your work, immediately you go in there with a double crochet. So repeat this till you get to the end, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'll meet you at the end of this row because you're going to do something different. I'll show you. Instead of going into the chain 3 space, I'm not going to go in there. Just for this part, it doesn't count as a double crochet. So when you get there, I'll show you what I mean. So I'm at the end of this row. So at the beginning we chain 30 plus 2. So after you go into the last bar one stitch, usually we used to count our chain 3 as a double crochet, but if I go in there, I'll have 31 stitches and I don't want that. So just ignore this chain 3 space. Just don't go in there, just go into the last stitch here. Chain up 3, turn your work, and just continue. Um, just continue. In fact, chain out 2. I don't want the 3 again. Chain up 2 and then continue. So after when you come back here, this chain 2 will count as a double crochet. It will count as a double crochet. So go ahead and then double crochet to the end, increase and come back. So you're supposed to have about 2 inches, no matter your size, per the calculation I gave you. And you see this measures up to, sorry about that, this measures up to 15. I've already even stretched it, so it stretches up to 17.5, even up to 18. That's why. So as you do this, it will stretch to that measurement. So it will stretch to your measurement as well. Right now it's 16. Right now it looks like it's not stretching, but it will stretch. So I meet you when I'm done, or at the end of this, to show you that now you can go into the chain 2 space with a double crochet. So I'm back, and after your chain 2, you're going to go into this chain 2. So the only chain 2 we didn't go into was the very first one. Apart from that, these ones count. So chain 2, sorry, chain 3. Because this place we are still chaining 3 for it and increasing, so I get a little confused. So go ahead and now this is my last row though, so I'll meet you when I'm done. in my last row. And by the way, you're not supposed to go into the very first stitch because this counts as a double crochet, so you go into the next. Forgot to show you. Let me show you what I mean. I don't know if I explained that earlier. So after you chain your two, skip this into the next stitch, go in there because the chain two counts as a double crochet. So this is my last stitch. I'll meet you at the end of my last stitch. I mean row, last row. So I'm back and I have my two bra caps with the back. So this is 16, stretches to 17, 18, almost 19, stretches all the way. So that's this one. So it's the same size because this is a little bit loose. That's how it looks. But it's the same thing. So if you ended here, don't cut off your yarn and just continue. But because I ended in the middle, I had to join. I just join with a slip stitch, chain one, and cut off your yarn. So now you grab your hook and choose one end to start from. It doesn't matter. You set your hook in here, chain up two. This counts as a chain, as a double crochet, remember. So I think I prefer to start here. So chain two to the next stitch, go in there with a double crochet. I'm weaving the excess yarn as I go along. So make your double crochets till you get to the end. So I mean when you get here, we are done increasing, no more increase. So as where I join with the slip stitch, I'm going to go into my last stitch with a double crochet. I already weaved this in by sleeve, so I'm going to pull on it. Make a double crochet into the slip stitch space. Make a double crochet into the next stitch and double crochet all the way to the end. Sorry, I think my camera was a little blurry. So go ahead and double crochet to the end. And we are going to repeat it. So at the end of the row, you chain two, turn your work, and double crochet. No more increasing. We are done increasing. And you're going to do this till you get to your waist, the length of your waist. So this is from your chest to your waist, or from your collarbone to your waist measurement. This is how it looks like. So I think I was supposed to go in the opposite directions, but because of the way I ended the row here, it really doesn't matter. So I unraveled it because I didn't crochet that well. I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what to do again. So remember, chain two counts as a double crochet. So you go in there. then you chain up to turn your work, and you're not going to this, you're going to the next stitch, and repeat the same. That's your waist length. Just put double crochet in every double crochet stitch, even in this. Let me see when I get to the desired length. So I'm back, and I have from where I joined the bra cups. I have, let me count the rows: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 rows, and then that's equals to 6 inches. And from you can also check from your collarbone to your waist measurement, and that will give you the length of this top, and that's 15 inches. So okay. And remember, we had 5 rows of the back side before joining the bra caps. So this part also gives me about the 20 rows. 20. So you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, 20. So 15 and 20, and it's also 8 inches. So we are going to be closing up the back before we continue with the down. So the down is like basically like a skirt we are adding on, but we are going to be working on the space. The spaces will be using our string to tie for the back, and I already used my stitch marker to mark. Because I have 20, I have 5 spaces in here, so count and make your spaces as you want. So let me show you: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the set I mark. Then after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the fifth I mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the fifth I mark. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of like uneven. So okay, I can mark this in the fifth. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I tried and tried this thing, but I was kind of feeling odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I did the same thing for the side. So let me correct it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the fifth you mark. So that's strap holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to grab, don't cut off your yarn when you end your row. Chain up 4, and you skip this stitch, and then you go into, there's a space in here, I don't know how to describe it. You skip this and you skip this, and in here you go in there. No, sorry, you chain up 4, and you just skip the first one and insert your hook into this, the next double crochet space, and then there's this tiny double crochet space. You go in there with a single crochet, then you go in there with a double crochet. So you double crochet, I said double crochet, single crochet, sorry. You single crochet till you get to your next marked space, which is the space. Chain 3, and you skip this space into the next space, go in there with a single crochet, go into this space that looks like a single crochet space, and go in there, and go into single crochet till you get to the next marked point. So just spread your single crochets. This spacing for the single crochet is too much. So I'm putting another single crochet in here. It doesn't matter how many single crochets you do it, as long as you distribute it evenly and it looks okay. So now I'm at the next space. I'm going to chain 3. and skip this max space and into the next space, going there with a single crochet and single crochet all the way up. For this place, since we are almost at this last end, just chain up 4 and make a single crochet into the top space. Chain 1, turn your work, and into the chain 4 you make 4 if I make it 3 single crochets, make it 3, into the single crochet space you make single crochet space. I mean, we could have done single crochets all the way up and gone up, but I'll decide on that later. I can do that later, so it doesn't matter. I just want to make a location for the strap holes. And into that chain 3 space, go in there with 2 double crochets and go ahead and make single crochets into the single crochet spaces. So you do that to the end. So at the beginning, chain 4, so you go in there with 3 single crochets. Slip stitch into this double crochet space. Chain 1 and you cut off the yarn. And you repeat the same thing for the other side. I'm contemplating on going. Okay, we don't need to. I didn't realize this is the end. We don't need to make a single crochet in there. So, because we are going to continue our dress, just make the last single crochet in there. Chain 1, slip stitch. Yeah. And I'm going to cut off your yarn and do the same thing for the other side. And we'll work on the straps and then we'll continue the down the dress. You can remove your stitch markers. So we are going to do the same thing for the other side. So you grab your hook and then insert and just chain 4 and continue. I'll do that off camera. So I released this side and did it better because it was beginning to be bulky. I just wanted it to be flat down like this. So I did some small changes. And keep in mind when you are doing it, that side will become your front panel. So this is our good side now, since this side looks more appealing to the eye. So I'm going to start the opposite side here and show you what I did. So you grab your yarn and insert your hook and chain up 4. So I'm skipping this and this. I'm going to go into this last place with a single crochet. So I'm indirectly skipping 2 spaces. Now I decided to I'm going to go in here because I need the string space to be loose. So anything you can get a white space, it doesn't matter as long as you're getting 5 spaces in the end. And now you single crochet you can see I'm weaving this in. So when I put 1 single crochet here, that's enough. I'm chaining up 3 and going into the next space, then you single crochet. Chain up 3 and in the next space you go in there. So it's only at the beginning and the end you chain 4, in the middle you chain 3. So this place, because I have 2 stitches here, and if I go in here the space will be small, immediately chain up 4, slip stitch, sorry, chain single crochet, chain up 1, turn your work and go into the single crochet space with a single crochet. So yeah, I made 2 single crochets, but the space looks fine. I don't want it to be bulky. The single crochet into a single crochet space, and in the chain 3 now I'm going to chain 2. So you repeat that till you get to the end. So now you have the good side facing you, other side as well. Um, when you're done, you slip stitch into this space. Chain 1 and you cut off your yarn. So I'm going to arrange it so you know which side is your good side. You can go ahead and remove the stitch markers. So now you're going to be making the drawstring for the back. I mean, you can do it later, but I'm doing mine now. So we're going to be doing double crochet foundation chains, but make sure it's tight. So chain up 3. Let me come here. You chain up 3. Let me move this. So you yarn over, insert your hook into the last chain, pull through 1. You have 3 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through 2 loops. So now you've created a V over here. So you yarn over, insert your hook into the V, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. So repeat that, turn over, insert your hook into this back V, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. So make this as long as you want. to make sure whatever string you do can pass through your your whole space you've made over here, so that it's not an inconvenience when you're done and you have to now do something else that you don't want. So I make a long chain. I already know how many I made. So I'm back and I'm done with my drawstring for the back. You can choose to do this later. I just wanted to do mine now. And we are done with the waist and we are going to start making allocation for the hip. So grab your stitch marker and divide your waist into two and mark the two ends. So when you mark the two ends, you can measure the waist, and this is equal to 16 inches. That is half of the waist measurement, so that's fine. It should fit you perfectly and should be tight at the waist side. So now I have some extra drawstring, some extra yarn at the edge. So I'm going to insert my hook in here, pull through to create a loop, and then I'm going to join this side too. I'm going to join with a slip stitch, chain up one, and pull through. So if you don't have the extra string to do that, you can just grab yarn and tie it together. When you get here, I'm going to go in there with a double crochet that way. So the places you've marked, we are going to be increasing, and we are going to be increasing till when you stretch, it fits your hip measurement. So I am going to be working all round because I don't want to create a seam. For that one, I haven't decided, but I'm going to start from the back here. So I'm going to start from the back. We'll be having a split at the front, the left front. So this is the left. So I really don't want a seam line. So we'll start working from here and go all the way around. When we get there, I'll think about what to do. So insert your hook, chain up one, tighten it. So you chain up two more to make it three, and then into the direct next stitch, you go in there with a double crochet. And you double crochet till you get to your marked space. When you get to the marked space, I'll show you what to do. But we are literally just putting two double crochets into the same space. That's all that means. I'm back and I'm at where I marked with a stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker and insert two double crochets in there. So this is my first double crochet, and then this is a second double crochet. Place your stitch marker on the second double crochet and double crochet till you get to the other marked side. So we are increasing on the hip side, and if you have a bigger butt, you can go ahead and increase at the back. So I'll increase at the back when I get here. Since I already tied a knot together, I can increase and manage to put two double crochets here, because that's for if you have a bigger back. If not, and it's just your hips, go ahead and just increase twice. So make sure this is in the middle and together. So I'll meet you at the next. Please show you how to increase one last time. So I've gotten to the second stitch marker, and you can go ahead and remove your stitch marker and then put two double crochets in there. Go ahead and mark the second double crochet, and you basically repeat this. Be increasing till you get to your hip measurement when you stretch. So the hip measurement I'm working with is 44.5, but I'll leave it when it stretches to 44 because this yarn is stretchy. So I have to make allocations for that. So go ahead and I'll meet you when you get to the side. So I'm back and I didn't want a seam line, but it looks like I would have a seam line. If it was a single crochet, I know how to go about it. So if anyone knows how to go about it, let me know. Unfortunately, I will have a seam line. So when I got to the end here, there was too much space. So I did I don't know if you can see, I did two double crochets in here, and I did one double crochet, and I did one double crochet in the chain, in the knot I joined. So I'm going to join with a slip stitch, chain up three, turn my work. So don't forget to turn your work. And I'm going to go into this first stitch with a double crochet, go all the way around, and I've indirectly increased at the back, so that's fine. And I'll be increasing at the back sometimes, but not too much so that the seam line is destroyed. So go ahead and increase on, sorry about that. So go ahead and increase your hip size till you get the waist, till you get to your hip measurement. So I'll let you know when I get to my hip measurement, because I had to do, I want to figure out if I don't want to continue off camera, because I want to figure out if I can do this without a seam line. If not, it's totally fine. I'll just leave the seam line here, and that's fine. So just be increasing at the side and the side. If you have a bigger ass or a bigger back, increase here when you're almost at the end of your chain three space. So be chaining three this time, no more chaining of two. So I'm at row 2, and remember I put stitch markers at the ends here. I'm not going to do that anymore, because it will give me a defined line of increment, and I don't want that. I want the increment to be all round. So I'll be eyeballing with my eyes. When I get to the corner, I'll increase. When I get to the corner, I'll increase. And then on row 5, I'll increase 4 times, and on row 7, I'll increase 4 times, and on row 9, I'll increase 4 times, and the rest of the rows I'll just increase 2 times. So the increment really depends on you and your backside. So if you are size small to medium, just increase 2 times, that's fine. If you have a wider hip, you increase 4 times, or you can decide to increase 4 on one row, the next row you won't increase, then the next row you increase 4, or however way, just be fixing it on your body to see if it fits. So this is my row 2 from the joining part. Remember, I was forced to increase, so that's fine. And I've increased like twice, so I don't count that in my calculation. So I'll be increasing 4 times on 3 rows, excluding this. So when I get to the end, so at the ends, the hip side, just eyeball it. If you don't like the defined curve I'm talking about, just eyeball it and put an increment there. Just don't put the increase on the same increase you did. That's all. That's the only difference. So I'll meet you at row 5 to show you how I will increase for row 5, and then the increasing method is way up to you. It depends on how you would like yours. So that's how I want to increase for this dress. I'm concentrating on the back side, so I'll put 2 increases on the back side. I'll show you what I mean on row 5. So continue increasing 2 times on every row except row 5, 7, and 9 if you have wider hips, like hips that's at 42, 43, 44. That's fine. Or increase 2 times on every row and 4 times on every other row. So I'm going to eyeball the edges. Just don't place the increase on the same increase. That's all. So a little further away or before is fine. I'll go a little further away. I'll meet you at the end of row 2 to show you how to end the row one last time. So I'm at the end of row 2. So when you're done with your double crochet stitches, you go into this double crochet space with a slip stitch, chain up 3, turn your work, and then you continue. So I'm going to show you, I told you that I'll increase 4 times on row 5, 7, and 9, but I want to show you the side and the side, because I'm increasing 2 times on every row, and my first increment was here, and then I'm going to look for the second increment. See, it's close by, but it's not on the same line. And for this side too as well. think this side I almost forgot to increase. So if you would forget, you can place a stitch marker. So this is the first increment and this is the second one. Also not too far apart. So don't forget to increase on every row, and then on the specific rows we increase 4 times. But then I said it all depends on you and your hip measurement and how you want to increase. Just keep on trying the dress on and you'll know how to increase. Let me try row 5. Row 5, and I wish I had a bigger space, but I don't. And right now this is equal to 16 and it stretches. Don't stretch it too much, you can stretch to 18. So I'm at row 5 and I'm going to show you what I mean by increasing 4 times. And I could have increased here, 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 and here, but because I don't want to lose my seam line, it's still okay to increase 2 times here and here. Besides, this is for the back side, so it's fine. I already started with my row 5. So I'm going to go a few rows further down and then I'll make an increase. I think this is fine. A little bit further away from the starting row. So I placed 2 double crochets in there. So go ahead and then increase when you get to the side here. Just make sure you don't enter into the same increase space. And I'll meet you when you're almost done with the work to show you how to end your row. And as I'm doing the measurements, that's fine. So I'm supposed to increase till it gets to half of your hip measurement. And I'm working with hip measurement 44.5, but I'll make sure it stretches to 44, and that's fine. Since it's stretchy, you can stretch more. So I'll meet you when you are almost done with row 5. So I'm almost done with row 5 and I'm going to increase in any of these stitches. I'm going to increase here. Then continue with my work. So that's it. So I'm increasing 4 times for 3 rows, and this is the first row. Row 7 I increase 4 times, and row 9 I increase 4 times. And every other row, remember you're increasing 2 times at the sides. Just make sure you don't put your increase on the same increase. But if you don't mind, you can leave your stitch marker there and put it at the same place. It doesn't make that much of a difference. That's if you're wearing it yourself, you will know how to adjust it on your hip and it will fit. But this one, I want it to be invisible. So when you are done, join with a slip stitch, chain up 3, turn your work. So this is row 6. I'm only increasing 2 times. So go ahead and then I'll meet you when you have your hip measurements when stretched. Half of your hip measurement, I mean. So let me measure this so far. See, the curviness is still forming, but it's not too obvious when you go to the side. That's what I mean. So this is still 16. Okay, 17 now. So it will stretch. So the aim is for it to stretch to 22. I'll see when you reach half of your hip measurements. So I'm back and I have 12 rows of increase, and that is equal to 18 inches, and it stretches all the way to 22. So don't stretch it too much, but it stretches to that. So I'm going to leave it. And this is the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. So this is 5 inches. So I'm going to continue to till I have half of the hip measurement. This was starting the hip measurement. So like I'm going to add probably 2 more inches to see if I will decrease or just leave it like that before we start our splits. So go ahead and just now go all the way around without increasing. And if I make any changes after 2 inches, I'll come back and let you know. So at this point, stop increasing when you have your half of your hip measurement when stretched. So see, when I stretched it a little, it's now 18.5. So I'll meet you if there will be changes. If not, I'm just going to go all the way around without increasing. So I get to half of the hip measurement and I'll decide what to do before our split. We'll be having a split at the side, the immediate left side of the dress. So we'll have to calculate that one too as well. My client wants hers to start at 20 inches from the waist. So I don't know if that's pretty long or short, but I'll make it probably 19 inches, give or take. Let's see. This is a long dress, and we're only halfway done. So like I said, go ahead and go around. No more increase. Just go around without increasing. If there are any changes, I'll let you know before you move to the next step. So I'm back, and this is what I have. I'm sorry my space is not big enough, but this is what I have. I stopped recording at row number 12 and I marked it so that I don't have to go all the way up and count. So I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. And at this point, I'm going to reduce for a couple of rows, maybe 3 or 4 rows. I'm not too sure. So you have the option to do what I'm doing, reduce for just a few rows so that this curve comes inside just a little before I crochet down and then find my split. Or you have the option to just crochet downwards. You don't really have to reduce depending on what you want. And you don't have to put in the split if you don't want that. But I want a little defined curve. So I'm going to reduce just for some rows. So I'm just going to be reducing at the ends, the corners. So I'm going to double crochet till I get there. When I get there, I'll show you how to reduce and then I'll do the rest off camera and let you know how many rows. But so far, let me measure. I forgot to measure what I have for you. Notice sometimes when we record, we forget to give the measurements. And this video, I really don't want to forget. So it was almost 9 inches actually. It was almost 9 inches. But I'm going to start reducing because it's fine. And that's from the waist actually. So double crochet till you get to one end. I'll show you how to reduce only once. And I'll let you know how many rows I reduced. But I'm reducing just twice. Nothing major. So I'm meeting when you're at the end, one half. So I'm at the end and I lost count. So I think I over did it. So I'm just going to release some few stitches. Okay, I'm here. So this is how you reduce. You grab your yarn and your hook, insert your hook into the stitch. Don't complete your double crochet. Insert your hook into the next. Let me start again. So start with a double crochet, pull through two, you have two loops on your hook, pull through the, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull through two and pull through the remaining two. I mean, I really don't have a fixed way of decreasing. So anywhere I feel is nice, I just decrease as long as it looks good. See, this one also looks, the first one looked cumbersome. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through two and pull through the remaining three. I think I like this one. And yeah, so we've basically made a 2-1 and you double crochet till you get to this end and you do the same. So please rewind and reduce your work. And I'm still deciding if I'll decrease on the decrease stitch or far away, but I just want some few defined curves and defined inline and I'll stop. So I'll let you know in the next clip how I did it, but let me show you how. So I'm back and I'm done reducing. I reduced for 5 rows. You can, let me turn it. You can see the reduction if you look close. So I reduced for 5 rows and I'm done reducing. So go ahead and continue going all the way around without reducing your rows. And I'll be from the waist down. I'll When I get to 20 inches, I'll start with my splits. So when I get to about here, so when I get to the split, I'll let you know how I do the splits. So now I'll just go all the way around without reducing or increasing. Just go all the way around the row with double crochets. So I forgot to give you the measurements. I had 19 inches by the time I was done, and I've reduced it to 18 inches, so that's fine. So I'm back and I am done reducing. After reducing, I just went ahead to do my double crochets without reducing, and from the waist down to the length I have now is 20 inches. So now I'm going to be starting with the split on the side. So make sure your work is divided into two well, and then I'll start with the split. So I've already marked the place I'll be splitting. The split will be at the left side of the dress. And after I show you the split, I'll go ahead and continue to have my desired length. Then we add the fringes to the end. So go ahead and double crochet till you get to your mark space, and I'll meet you there. So I got a little carried away. I forgot you're supposed to just chain one and cut off your yarn and come and start at your marked space. So I'm going to do that. So we're supposed to be going the opposite direction because I made a mistake and I was continuing here. So I've already cut chain one and cut off my yarn. So after you make sure you are the complete middle, you're going to insert your hook into that middle space. So remove your stitch marker, insert your hook in there and go through and make a knot. Just one knot is fine. Insert your hook, pull through, make a loop, and turn your work and start crocheting, double crocheting, sorry, chain up 3 and weave in this end as well. So go ahead and double crochet till you get to this place where we marked. That means when you're almost at this marked place. So I'm at the end of the split, and when you get here, if you want your split to be bigger, you're going to just double crochet into the remaining stitch, but I don't want my split to be bigger, so I'm going to go into this same stitch I went into with a chain 3 space, chain up 3, turn your work, and then double crochet all the way down. And then when you get to the end here, you insert your hook here, chain up 3, and continue, and you crochet to your desired length before you add the cut yarn to make the fringes at the end. And honestly, this just depends on you. You have to measure where you want your split to start. You have to measure where you want to end your dress. So I'll show you at the end of this row how to end a medium row, but it's basically this. And yeah, you have to also determine where you want your split to be. So everything about this dress depends on you. I'll meet you when I get here to show you how to end, and then I'll double crochet for 10 more inches, which is about 27 rows for this particular yarn. And then we'll be done with the top, and then I'll do the hands for tying this around the neck, and then we'll cut some of the yarns to make the fringe, and we'll be done with this dress. So I'm at the end of this row, and you go into the chain 3 space with a double crochet. So just go into the chain 3 space, a double crochet, chain up 3, turn your work, and double crochet all the way back. So that's all. So continue your split to get your desired length, and we'll add the cut yarns and the straps to tie the neck part. So after the splits, I have 10 inches and I have 27 rows so far. I haven't measured the full thing, but if you go back and watch the measurements I gave for everything, you'll be able to calculate. And I started adding the fringe to it. So you wear the dress and measure the space left between the end of this dress to your ankle, or how long you want the fringe to be. Take your yarn, put on the tape measure, place it there, and let me just demonstrate. So this is the yarn. You grab your tape measure. I don't have a book to do that, so I'm doing it one by one. So I want my fringe to be long. So you measure up to 12 or 13. Hold it and then you double it, because you are going to be attaching the two to it. So after you double it, then you cut off the end. So just do it one by one. Or if you have a book that has the measurements you want, you can use that. So after you grab the yarn that you've doubled, because you're going to use this whole thing. So if you want 12 inches, you have to add 12 to it, another 12, so it's not too short. Then you grab your hook and you insert your hook into this space, this double crochet space. Pull through. There'll be a loop. Yarn over, pull through all the two loops and pull through and just tighten it like this. And then you repeat that for the whole dress. So I'll be doing the rest of camera, only demonstrator one. I'll show you the final outcome of the dress. You can use an iron to straighten the part out before you cut it to make sure everything is even. And for the straps for the neck, I already went ahead to attach my yarn. So go ahead and attach your yarn over here, make chain 3, insert your make double crochets into the spaces you see. So I attached my yarn here, made a double crochet here, here, and here, chain up 3 and made 4 double crochets. So it's a chain of 4 double crochets. I think this part is self-explanatory, so I don't have to go over it. So this one, so you make it as long as you want, just double crochet till you have your desired length. So that'll be all for this tutorial. I'll do everything the rest of camera, and I'll show you the final outcome. So yeah, after you chain 3, 10. So just attach your yarn in here and do that. I'm still contemplating if I'll go around the edges with a single crochet or I'll leave it like that. But I'll let you know. That's something you should be able to do. So go ahead and add your fringe and do your straps for the neck. And I'll show you the final outcome of mine when I come back. So this time you don't understand, just play the video slowly and watch it again. I think I have a couple that I cut. Don't know where I put them. Okay, I found them. So let me just attach the rest that I have. So make sure it's even at the end before you attach it. So you're going to go into every space or every double crochet space. But that's basically it. That's just it. So I'll just show you the final outcome. Very easy. It doesn't have to be as long as mine. Just make yours how you want it. So this is how the dress turned out. If you look closely, I went all the way around with a single crochet like I said I would, and this is how the tassels look like. Thank you all for watching to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.